Have you ever opened your eyes in the morning and felt the weight of the world before the day even begins? That quiet pressure in your chest. That rush of thoughts before your first breath. Plans, worries, expectations, and the thousand invisible strings that pull you away from yourself before the sun has even risen. You turn toward your phone. The light stings your eyes. And suddenly the day has already taken you. You haven't even stood up. Yet your mind is already running, chasing what's next. Fearing what might be missed. Scrolling through fragments of other people's lives while yours waits. Quietly, in the background. But there's another way to begin. Before you touch your phone. Before you think of what's next. Try just one conscious breath. Inhale, I am here. Exhale, I am calm. 3 breaths, 1 minute, a new morning begins. It sounds simple, and it is, but within that simplicity lies the deepest doorway into awareness. Because every breath is a meeting point between the physical and the spiritual. Between what you control and what you cannot. It's the smallest act that holds the power to change everything about how you live, think, and see. At Dharma Veins, we explore this bridge, the living pulse between stillness and movement. Science and spirit, self and the world. Here, mindfulness is not an escape from life, it's the art of living it fully. We dive deep into the timeless wisdom of Buddhism, not as doctrine, but as a living practice that breathes inside every moment of modern existence. Each episode is an invitation to slow down, to listen again, to return to the rhythm that's been waiting beneath the noise. Through stories, guided reflections, and philosophical insights, you'll learn how to turn ordinary moments, waking, walking, working, waiting, into small acts of presence. Because enlightenment isn't found in distant temples, it's found in how you meet this very breath. Imagine starting your mornings not with anxiety, but with clarity. Not with the weight of the world, but with a quiet strength rising from within. What if 1 minute of stillness could change the direction of your entire day? What if every inhale was a chance to begin again? That's the essence of Dharma Veins, to remind you that peace is not a luxury, but a rhythm already running through your veins. You don't need to search for it, you only need to feel it. One conscious breath at a time. So as you listen now, let the noise fade. Let the world wait. And take that first breath, the one that brings you home. Inhale, I am here. Exhale, I am calm. 3 breaths. 1 minute. A new morning begins. And so does your practice. Chapter 1. Breath, the bridge between body and mind. There are mornings when the world wakes before you do. Your eyes open, but your mind is already racing, 100 thoughts, 1,000 expectations. The light leaks through the curtains. The phone hums on the table. And suddenly, without noticing, you're already elsewhere, everywhere but here. And yet, if you pause for just one breath, something ancient stirs beneath the noise. The breath. Not the kind you control, but the one that's been breathing you all along. It is the soft rhythm that has followed you through every joy, every loss, every sleepless night. In Buddhism, it's called the bridge, the living thread that connects body and mind. Shadow and light, chaos and calm. And it is astonishing how easily we forget it. For years I studied the breath as data, patterns of the diaphragm, oxygen exchange, vagal tone. But the day I finally felt it, everything changed. It wasn't air entering lungs, it was life entering awareness. The Buddha called it anapanasati, mindfulness of breathing, a practice not of mastering the breath, but of remembering it. Because when you remember your breath, you remember yourself. Feel it now, the gentle rise and fall of your chest. The quiet hum of existence happening without effort. This breath is the only thing that has never abandoned you. It was there the first moment you arrived in this world. And it will stay until the moment you leave it. Inhale, I am here. Exhale, I am calm. Say it not as an order, but as a homecoming. Each inhale gathers the scattered fragments of your mind. Each exhale releases what no longer needs to stay. You don't create calmness, you uncover it, the way light appears when clouds drift away. In Buddhist thought, the breath is the teacher that never speaks, yet always points you back to reality. It teaches impermanence, no two breaths are the same. It teaches non-attachment, No breath can be held. And it teaches compassion, because when you truly listen to your own breath, you begin to hear the breathing of every other living being. So, breathe gently now, as though you're touching the edge of dawn. Breathe as if the entire world is exhaling with you. The mountains, the trees, the oceans. Because it is. The same rhythm that moves the tides moves within your chest. The same wind that shapes the clouds passes through your lungs. And somewhere between the inhale and the exhale, you may sense it, that small, luminous stillness where the body and mind finally meet. That is the bridge. That is where calm lies, quietly waiting for you to return. Chapter 2. Grounding. The body is your earth. Breath awakens you. But the body roots you. Without grounding, awareness becomes a ghost, floating above life, untouched, unanchored. To live only in the mind is to drift. To return to the body is to arrive. The Buddha once said, "Wherever you stand, that is your practice." Because the body is not a burden to be transcended. It is the temple of awakening itself. Every sensation, the pressure beneath your feet, the rhythm in your hands, the quiet hum inside your chest, is a door opening back into presence. So, feel your feet touching the ground. Not in thought, in truth. The contact between skin and earth. The subtle warmth rising from below. The gravity that holds you without asking for anything in return. The earth never leaves you. Even when you forget it, it remembers you. Now, close your eyes gently and scan from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Move slowly, like sunlight passing over a mountain range. Notice warmth, restlessness, ease, or fatigue. Whatever you find, don't try to fix it. Just meet it, like water meeting a stone. Softness doesn't erase hardness. It embraces it until both become still. In Buddhist psychology, this is embodied mindfulness. The merging of awareness and flesh. When attention rests in the body, thought loses its tyranny. You're no longer orbiting around anxiety or memory. You're standing in the quiet gravity of now. The body speaks a language older than words. Pulse, temperature, vibration. And every syllable says the same thing: you are alive. Let yourself sink, just a little. As if the earth beneath you were breathing back. Let your weight be held. Let your mind root downward through the soles of your feet. Spreading like roots into soil both ancient and infinite. You belong here, not in some distant tomorrow. But in this weight, this contact, this heartbeat. Awareness is no longer a thought observing the body. It is the body, awake, listening, at rest. In this stillness, you are not escaping life. You are returning to it. You are home. Chapter 3. Mind, the sky within. Imagine, for a moment, that your mind is the open sky. Vast, boundless, silent. Across it drift clouds, thoughts, memories, fragments of the world. Some are light in passing, like summer wind. Others are dense and heavy, carrying storms that seem endless. Yet through it all, the sky never resists. It does not chase the sunlight, nor fear the thunder. It simply allows. This is the true nature of awareness. Not the content that passes through it, but the vastness that holds it all. In Buddhism, we call this Sata Akasha, the spacious mind, the unconditioned field of knowing. When you identify with every thought that crosses your sky, you shrink your world to the size of a single cloud. But when you rest as the sky itself, everything can come and go. And nothing can truly harm you. You don't need to stop thinking. That's like asking the wind to stop moving. Thoughts will appear, dance, dissolve, it's their nature. Your task is simpler and more profound. To recognize, each time, that you are the one who sees. You are not the story. You are the space in which the story unfolds. Close your eyes for a moment. Notice a thought rising, perhaps about work, a memory, a worry. Watch it arrive, bloom, fade. Notice the next one, then the next. Do not follow them. Let them pass like clouds crossing a wide horizon. The sky remains, open, unstained, at peace. Every emotion, every desire, every fear. All of them are weather. They form, they break, they rain, they clear. But the sky has never been wet. Even when storms fill it completely, the pure expanse remains untouched, waiting above the clouds. To live as the sky is to rediscover freedom. You no longer spend your energy wrestling each cloud. You let life move. And in that allowing, you find a deeper strength. A calm that doesn't depend on control. So when your mind feels crowded, when the day darkens and your thoughts begin to thunder, pause. Look inward, beyond the noise. Remember, you are not the storm. You are the sky that holds it. And in that remembering, the clouds begin to thin. The light returns. The mind, your infinite sky within, opens again to peace. Chapter 4. Focus, the gentle return. Calmness is the ground. Focus is the structure built upon it. Without calm, the mind is a sea of ripples. Without focus, awareness is light scattered in all directions. Together, they form the still bowl that can hold reflection. Clear, steady, alive. Each time your mind wanders, don't judge it. Just notice, smile inwardly, and return. Focus, in Buddhist teaching, is not about control. It's the art of returning, again and again, with kindness. The return is the practice. The wandering is not failure, it's the invitation to come home. Imagine holding a bowl of water in your hands. If you grasp too tightly, it spills. If you hold too loosely, it tilts. But when your hands are balanced and patient, the water becomes so still it begins to mirror the sky. That is focus, not the suppression of movement, but the quiet gathering of attention until it shines. In the Pali texts, this quality is called samadhi. A mind collected, unified, gentle yet unwavering. It's the strength that arises not from tension, but from ease. Like a candle in a windless room. Its flame doesn't fight the air. It simply rests in perfect balance with it. Each time you return to the object of awareness, a breath, a sound, a simple sensation, you are strengthening the muscle of presence. At first, the mind runs like a child chasing butterflies. Let it play. Then call it back, softly, with affection. Over time, it learns to stay not because you demand it, but because it feels safe in stillness. When focus matures, clarity blooms. You begin to perceive the subtle details of each moment. The temperature of breath, the rhythm of heartbeat, the flicker of emotion before it becomes a story. Awareness sharpens, not like a blade, but like a lens that finally comes into alignment. The world, once blurred by distraction, suddenly reveals its quiet depth. So, when you notice your thoughts drifting, don't tighten, return gently. Focus is the tender discipline of love. Every gentle return polishes the mirror of mind, until what's reflected is not the noise of the world, but the clear light of awareness itself. Chapter 5. Compassion, the soft strength. True mindfulness does more than steady the mind, it opens the heart. Because awareness without compassion is like light without warmth. It can illuminate, but it cannot heal. Place one hand over your chest. Feel its rhythm, the quiet percussion of life that has never stopped for a single moment. Whisper softly to yourself, "May I be safe. May I be calm. May I be kind." Let each phrase fall in rhythm with your breath, like petals landing on still water. This is not self-indulgence, it's self-recognition. The Buddha taught that before you can offer compassion to others, you must know what it feels like to hold yourself with gentleness. Kindness begins not as a theory but as a body memory. A softening in the chest. A loosening around the heart. A quiet permission to be human. Compassion doesn't mean weakness. It means the courage to stay open, even when it hurts. When pain arises, in you or in someone before you, the ordinary reflex is to close, to defend, to escape. But the path of compassion asks for something rarer. To breathe once, and remain. To feel without being consumed. To ask, not, "How do I get rid of this?" but "What is needed here?" Sometimes what's needed is action. Sometimes it's silence. Often, it's simply presence. The willingness to sit beside suffering without turning away. In that willingness, a subtle transformation begins. The boundary between self, and other thins. The heart learns its true shape. Vast enough to hold both joy and sorrow without collapsing. Kindness is not surrender, it is wisdom in motion. It knows when to say yes, and when to draw a line in peace. It is firm, yet gentle, like a mountain holding the river that flows around it. The mountain doesn't stop the water, it guides it. Likewise, compassion doesn't erase difficulty. It gives it a place to rest. So, when irritation comes, pause. Take one breath. Place your hand again over your heart. And remember, you don't have to fix everything to offer compassion. You only have to stay open long enough for understanding to bloom. This soft strength, is what the world needs most. A heart steady enough to remain kind, even in the presence of pain. Chapter 6. Carrying mindfulness in motion. Meditation is not an escape from life. It is the art of living it fully, with eyes open and heart awake. The cushion is only the rehearsal. The real practice begins the moment you stand up. As you step into the day, bring awareness with you. Not as an effort, but as a quiet companion. Pause before you open a message. Breathe before you answer. Feel the gentle weight of the phone in your hand. The air moving through your lungs. The pulse in your fingertips. Awareness is not separate from action. It is the quality of how you act. Let every movement, walking, drinking tea, washing a bowl, be an act of presence. Notice the warmth of the cup, the texture of the water, the rhythm of footsteps meeting the ground. The more you notice, the more ordinary life begins to shimmer with meaning. Nothing has changed, and yet everything feels sacred. This is the essence of what the Buddha called sati in motion, mindfulness woven through the fabric of daily life. You don't need a monastery to find peace. You need only to remember, again and again, to meet each moment as if it were the first. When emotions surge, return to the breath. When conversation quickens, listen all the way to the end of a sentence. When you eat, taste slowly enough to feel gratitude awakening on your tongue. Every simple act becomes a doorway. Each breath, a bell of awareness calling you home. Carry this presence into your work, your speech, your touch. Walk through the noise of the world as if you were carrying still water within you. Let that stillness ripple outward, not through words, but through the calm texture of your being. This is how mindfulness becomes visible. Not as something you do, but as what you are. At the end of the day, when the light softens and silence returns, sit for one breath of reflection. Remember the moments you were truly here, even if they were brief. Each was a seed, and those seeds, watered by awareness, grow into a life that feels both peaceful and profoundly alive. Because in the end, mindfulness is not a retreat from the world. It is the way you touch the world. Gently, clearly, completely. And when you live like this, you discover the quiet miracle that ordinary life was sacred all along. Some mornings, your mind will feel steady. Others, it may wander, and that's okay. Mindfulness was never about perfection. It's about remembering your way back. Again and again. To this breath. This body. This very moment. Let your breath remind you of calmness. Let your body ground you in presence. Let compassion shape your day. And may peace walk with you, wherever you go. Brief pause, soft ambient sound. As we close today's reflection, let us offer a quiet prayer. Not just for ourselves, but for every living being across this fragile world. May all those enduring war, disaster, or loss find moments of safety amid chaos. May those displaced from their homes discover the warmth of shelter and the kindness of strangers. May every cry of fear be met with understanding, and every act of violence give way to mercy. May the light of the Buddha's compassion reach all corners of this trembling earth. To the suffering, the forgotten, the unheard, reminding them, you are not alone. Even in darkness, there is still breath. Even in despair, there is still hope. And even in the storm, there is still a path that leads back to peace. Take a breath for them now. A single, conscious breath. And send it outward. Like a soft wind carrying warmth across oceans. This is how prayer travels in silence. This is how compassion becomes movement. Soft bell sound fades in. Before you leave this space, I invite you to carry this awareness into the world. If this reflection has touched your heart, subscribe to Dharma Veins and walk with us. Here, we breathe together. We learn together. We remember, again and again, what it means to live with presence. And as you move through your day, pause for a moment and share with us. When your mind begins to wander, what helps you return to calm? Your insight might be the breath that helps someone else find peace today. Until next time, may you walk gently, speak kindly, and see the sacred within the ordinary. The Buddha's light continues through every mindful step you take. Peace be with you, now and always.